So with the new regulatory environment, there's been a lot of new demands that have come across, and so obviously everyone's been talking about MAR, then they've been talking about MiFID II, but the real question is what do those things mean? And so some of the new challenges, when we look at MiFID II, there's been a big push in increasing the amount of content that needs to be captured, because the regulators are basically trying to expand the footprint of what's being looked at, so that they can truly understand, or firms can truly understand what's actually happening within the environment. Now, in conjunction with that, what MiFID II are asking firms to do is basically have a capability that when requested, they can provide the full end-to-end output of what happened around an event, which everyone's calling the concept of trade reconstruction. So potentially everything that either happened, the actions that a trader took, and all of the relevant conversations around those have to be pulled together and driven together. And that one challenge is enormous, because a lot of organizations generally have all of this data in lots of different silos. And historically, they've spent all of their time manually doing all these tasks, and that's just not going to be something that they can continue to do moving forward. They're not putting themselves in a good place. When we look at MAR and driving some of the challenges around there, probably the big one, there's a lot, obviously it's all focused on market abuse, but the big one's this new concept of intent. And the push from the regulators is really to truly understand what's actually happening within the business. One of the other key things that's quite interesting in both those regulations, if you look at the outline of what the regulation is trying to achieve, one of the things they pushed very heavily on was around the communication aspect, and that fits into the MAR example of intent. And in fact, they even state that things like voice conversations, for example, which historically have been relatively ignored, constitute sometimes critical, if not the only evidence, to demonstrate exactly what's happened around certain abuse or insider trading and what have you. So all of these things combined, really firms have a lot of challenges now that they've got to manage around processes of how they monitor, understand and reconstruct all of these potential events. Yeah, so we're always trying to evolve and do new things. So at the moment we're focusing on a concept that's known as autonomous financial crime management. And there really what we're trying to do is use new techniques and new capabilities to build on top of the existing infrastructure that we have that provide customers alerts and insights. But really with some of the challenges that exist, the new challenges, you've really got to understand what's happening within your environment, what's happening with your individuals in your organization, where is risk potentially boiling up within the organization. And so using new techniques to understand things you don't know, conversation threads or actions, traders, new people they've suddenly started interacting with, why are they doing these things, and are these things potentially new risk? In addition to that, the same approach that we're looking towards is also, it's all very well generating all of this insight, and what do you do with it afterwards? So we've got a big focus on elements of automation as well as the detection. And so using robotic automation to help execute and do certain tasks that are needed in the investigation process or the supervision process, so that firms are not spending their money on man time doing these manual things. We can use technology to build that sort of stuff up. And really we're trying to get intelligent insights into everything that's happening in the firm and really move it to sort of a conduct risk focus, so that organizations can start to move to the next level of elements of surveillance and get much quicker, faster and effective results from it.